The audio for this podcast was pulled from Discord due to a corrupted Audacity file. Expect our usual audio quality to return from the next episode. However, our guest today was just too brilliant for us not to share this with you. We hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today we're joined by the wonderful Harry.
Harry!
Welcome to the podcast. We've all just had a bit of a scran before joining, haven't we?
Yeah.
What did we have, boys?
Go first, Harry. I want to break down your lunch for me.
Okay, so just had braces, so that's a very thin wrap. So it was about half a wrap cut up, ham laid real thin, nothing on top of each other, then rolled up. I also had a little cake thing, got lots of fibre in because I can't eat cereal at the minute.
Oh yeah.
So I'll get my fibre in, and now I'm eating Finny sweets, but I think I'll get to that later.
Oh, lovely. That
Cool,
sounds
cool.
amazing. What about you, Rubes?
Oh, here we go, boys. Right, so I had 2 tuna sarnies. All right, lovely. I had a big box of salad, and I'll break that down in a minute because I know you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I suppose before we unpack the salad box, we should probably introduce Harry.
We totally should. Sorry, sorry.
I just jumped straight into the meal, so you can tell where my heart's at. But Harry, what are you?
That's quite a broad question.
It's quite deep, isn't it?
Ominous as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess really I'm a carbon-based life form. Well, I think I'm quite a creative chap. We're all on the same course, all on film course. I like making props and like pre-production and directing those bits. Can't stand post. That's terrible. But I like everything before post. Everything before post is where I like to be.
How many rooms do you have like full of props? Like whenever we do a project, you're always like, I got something for that, and I'm like, where do you keep all this stuff, man?
Oh right, so I'm only child. That's my benefit.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 giant rooms to myself. In my bedroom, I've got like a bed me and my dad built, so it's quite high off the ground.
Yeah.
And I've got just duffel bags of stuff underneath there. Then in my other room, I've got just everything that doesn't sit in my bag. So I've got my 3D printer and like all that other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get into that later. Believe me.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds cool. Anyway, Ruben, you were halfway through unpacking your salad box, weren't you?
Oh right. Well, because apparently this is weird, right? But in my salad bowl, I have cucumber. That's fine.
I hate cucumber.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, we got apple slices.
Respect that.
And raw red pepper, my friends. Ooh, magnificent. I don't know why, but for some reason, people genuinely have a hatred towards eating raw pepper, and I just don't get it. It's just so.
I don't like pepper at all.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's that as well, but raw pepper is just
raw or not. It's just I don't like it.
See, I don't mind raw pepper, honestly. I know it tends to get a lot of controversy at college whenever you pull it out, but I'm more offended by the cucumber, if I'm being honest. I've never understood how people like cucumber. It's literally a stick of water flavored nothing.
No, it is. I get that. To be fair, Phil, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Recently, over the last couple of years, I have started to go off cucumber, but I have it if it's there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, I will just have it. But
when you see a cucumber, you've got to put it to use.
Exactly. Can't just
leave. You had baby cucumbers, Ruben?
Oh, I have. Yeah, I have. They're like
lovely.
Non-pickled pickles, aren't they?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
They're like literally, Phil. Have you seen any before, Phil?
No, I've never seen the way. I'll look these up.
Yeah, I'll drop a picture in the chat if you want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go run and grab some.
Yeah, exactly. Even Harry's gonna have to grab some now because they are great. They are literally, Phil, cucumbers, but shrunk. They're like cucumbers that have been hit by the Despicable Me shrink ray, dude. Like seriously, unbelievable. Here you are.
Okay. Do they taste like cucumbers?
Yeah.
Oh, they're diddy.
Yeah, they are.
They're tiny,
They're
man.
lovely though. They're nice and nutritious. You can just like into the top of them.
They look tasty, but I know that they taste like absolutely nothing.
No, they do taste of nothing, which is cucumber. But there we are.
Chat, yeah, just run down and grab some.
Yeah, go on. Give us some ASMR. Give us a crunch.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, I completely forgot you had brace.
No, I can do it. I'll do it. We've heard any of that, but
No, I didn't.
Discord
my audacity picked it up.
the listeners will have heard it, and that's what
we
matters.
won't have heard anything. It's like when I was like eating my crisps earlier. Like if I was recording, everyone would be annoyed by the fact it was
Can we
just
talk
non-stop
about last
going out.
podcast? I sat down to edit last podcast. I didn't notice anything on the film, like when we were filming. But while I was editing, Ruben was just scranning the whole time.
Not the whole time.
You so were. All I could hear was,
to be fair,
like we're doing a really mukbang podcast.
I was eating my lunch, to be fair, throughout the whole podcast. But there we are.
I kind of respect it though.
It's every time that we talk, I just go like this. Okay, mute my mic, and then I just like no one can pick it up. But sometimes I eat so quietly that only Audacity picks it up, and I forget that you can hear anything on Audacity rather than Discord.
I actually just boosted everything. Oh my god.
See, Discord is weird because it almost silences certain like noises. So if you're not talking, any background noise doesn't come through. But see, look, now I'm talking, you can hear this, can't you? Like that shaking. But if I did it by myself, can't hear that at all unless I talk. Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't get how it does it or why it does it, but I know why it does it. But
yeah, that's very interesting. You know what's also interesting?
Oh, go on.
3D printing. Now I've never actually seen a 3D printer, but Harry, you've got one, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Yeah. So I guess for a newbie of 3D printers, could you kind of explain to us how like it works?
Yeah. So so probably over a year now ago, I bought a 3D printer. I bought a Voxylab Aquila, something like that. I got it. And I just watched this guy on YouTube made an Iron Man suit, and I was like, my god, that's what I want to do. So I bought it, didn't know anything about it, figured it out as I went along.
Yeah.
The best way.
I think I'm at a pretty good standard now. I don't think I'm like, I'm better than I was when I started, but I don't think I'm amazing. So how it works is it works off like 3D files.
Yeah.
What you do is you can get them off websites like Thingiverse, you put them into like a creative software, you simulate it basically, and you kind of go, well, the thing is, things can't be printed while not touching the ground. Something has to support it as it goes up. So it has to build like kind of like scaffolding to hold things up, and it's really cool to watch it all do it. Like I don't have to do any of it; it figures it out.
Okay, that sounds cool.
I just tell it that it needs to do it, and it's like, oh yeah, got you, because it doesn't understand.
No, you can 3D compute. It's quite cool because when I went to see your computer, like 3D printer the other day, it's pretty intriguing. Just like you were like, oh look, if I just tell it to do this, playing prints with support, and it's like, what the hell?
Like,
yeah. So how it generally works is because it's in a 3D space, it needs to work on X, Y, and Z axis, which is X axis is like sideways, so is like Y, and then Z is going up and down.
Yeah.
So with mine, there's lots of different types, like some where the bed doesn't move and it's all the arm and things like that, or the bed moves downwards rather than the thing going up, and lots of weird things. But mine, the bed goes forwards and backwards, and then the thing that lets out the plastic goes left to right and up and down.
Yeah, so is it all made of plastic then?
Well, most of it's actually metal.
Oh.
Really? Wait, what?
Yeah, like what? Sorry, what bit's plastic?
Oh, like the filament stuff.
Oh yeah, the filament. Yeah, that's plastic.
How much is it? Like, do you have to refill it lots?
Oh yeah. Well, cause I've just made a helmet. It's nearly done. I printed all the pieces now. And that's probably took up the whole reel, most of the reel, and that was about 20 quid for the reel, like a kilogram of plastic. Really,
I suppose like actually making the objects, like if you just brought the objects separately from like company, it probably costs just as much, if not more. Really.
Yeah, if not more.
Yeah.
So how it works is you have a reel that goes at the top. It feeds that down into a little motor. The motor spins it through the tube into the heating element. It melts it and drops it down where it needs to be on the board, and then it builds things up as it dries.
Oh, that's cool. That's really awesome.
It is mental.
I might have to get myself one of those.
Mine is mine's broke down so many times. If you've ever heard of that, like there's like a boat in a museum. It's a really old boat, and every couple of years they have to replace pieces of it. And the argument now is it even the original boat anymore because that much of it's new? Like
Yeah.
that's the same with
Ah.
my printer. It, just say that it's the same printer I bought is possibly an overstatement because there's so many pieces that aren't original. I think that's all original now is like the skeleton
Yeah.
and the motor. I think that's all that's original.
So like, how come it broke down? Did you just stop working or?
Oh my! Because when I first got it, I just it when I am using it, it's working 24/7.
Oh, right.
So eventually things just snap or break or get too hot and
Yeah.
stop working or things
Overworked
get
and
clogged.
underpaid. Sounds like Ruben.
Yeah, it does sound like Ruben.
I've got him filming 2 podcasts today. We've got another one right after this. He's not allowed to
Oh
leave.
man!
I've got him chained down.
All right.
Yeah, that's awesome. I get like recently you've been making a mask for a horror film we're filming, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. No 3D printing involved with that though.
Oh, right. How did you make that one then?
Well, what we were kind of going for because we were doing it for a film festival, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Well,
yes.
the kind of idea was it would be like a burlap sack kind of mask, and then I thought I need to add some kind of structure underneath it. So what I did was I got this I've got an airsoft mask.
Yeah.
It's quite cool, like skull shape, and I've kind of put glue over that and stuff like spray adhesive, and I've pushed it down over it and made it conform to the shape of the mask. And at the back, I've put like a shoelace in so you can tighten it up when we're using it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good at the moment. It needs
Didn't you
paint.
send a picture, or was it on the storyboard you showed us? It looked pretty decent, like within like correlation to the killer's outfit. I think it fits
Yeah.
very well.
I'll send you both a picture now.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I wasn't going to show it in the chat, but I think for this reason, I think I will.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. So I remember when we last filmed a podcast with you, unfortunately we lost the footage, but you were talking about like other stuff you made. You made like a Thor hammer and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh
always
God,
looks
yeah,
so
you
sick.
did. Oh,
Yeah.
Harry, that is terrifying. Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna pop
Thank
that
you.
in.
I think so. What I've done is this helmet that I've just done. So not the Halloween one, just the 3D printed helmet I've just made.
Yeah.
That's the Mark 7 from Halo Infinite that's coming out.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
this is my fourth helmet that I've made. So I've made an Iron Man helmet with the thing open and close. Janky. It's not very good. Um, but there's worse things that exist. I've made another Iron Man helmet that I haven't got around to finishing, and I've also made Boba Fett helmet for my friend for his birthday. And now I'm on to my fourth one, which I'm just finishing now.
Nice.
Oh man, I'm so excited to actually next weekend go and film this short film. I think it's gonna be so
Same.
cool.
It's actually coming up really
Yeah.
bloody soon, isn't it?
We'll have some stories for the podcast. Actually, we're going to your aunt owns a cabin, didn't she?
Yes, yeah. Well, I keep calling her auntie to you guys, but she's not actually my auntie.
Oh my god, the plot.
She's
I feel like I've been lied
she's
to.
my mom's cousin.
Okay, what would that be?
But just for like short explanation, auntie just is faster.
Yeah, can we give a cheeky shout out to our buddy Deb?
Yeah. Good old
Yeah,
Deb.
we love you, Deb. Keep up
We
the great
do.
work. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool. It's like a cabin, isn't it, with like a bar in it and stuff.
Yes, yeah. Because on the bit of land they've got that cabin, and then there's two more cabins. They're a bit bigger.
Hmm.
Like the one's like a an overnight stay kind of thing, I think, and then the other one is it's like a gym and stuff. Really
Ooh.
good.
Me and Ruben will be in there the whole time.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Hitting the
I've never
gym.
stepped foot in a gym in my life.
No, I
Like,
tried to do some
seriously.
exercise the other day and I hurt my leg. Like the first time I was trying to do some weight stuff and I like couldn't walk for a day.
Yeah, trust me. Like when I do extreme exercise, which is very rare, by the way, which isn't great, but when it is, I'm a bit like, God, literally that muscle is going to hurt for a week. The next day, my God, can I even walk? No. Like it's ridiculous. It actually scares me how unfit I am.
Yeah,
But
it's about repetition, isn't it, Ruben? You do that more often, then it won't hurt as much.
I know, but I don't
You're
like
pretty
doing it.
hench, aren't you, Harry?
I like to think I am. I'm probably not, but like,
No, you are,
I
man.
like to
Harry
think.
is very hench.
Yeah. Even though we can't see you right now, could you flex that bicep for us and we'll imagine?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That is
Yeah.
incredible.
I
Right.
think Audacity picked up my cracking bone as I
Yeah.
moved
ooh.
my arm.
I hope you guys at home enjoyed that. Oh god, yeah, it's gonna be so cool. This horror film. We've got kind of. Can I share the plot with them?
I doubt that they're going to steal it, so yeah, why not?
Yeah, we're doing like a thing where we're in a cabin. There's gonna be like a party, isn't there? And you've got some of your friends to act in it. And then basically just a killer comes in, kills everyone. We're doing kind of in like a slasher style, aren't we? Yeah, so I think it'll be really, really cool. Are you guys into your horror?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, no, I really am.
I'm a lover of horror, but I hate most horror films because I think most of them are rubbish. But I love the idea of horror.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because through the lockdown, me and my family were trying to find like a thing we could all do together that we all enjoyed.
Yeah.
Me and my dad love films, so my mum likes watching TV.
I love
So we're like,
so
oh,
much as well.
we'll every Saturday we'll sit down and we'll watch a horror film. Well, originally we said we'd watch a film, but my dad likes action films. I like any kind of film, and my mum likes ghosts. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, we'll watch like a ghost horror film.
Oh God, what did you watch?
We started off with watching The Haunting of Hill House. Like, you know that show?
I've never seen that.
I've never watched it, but yeah.
No.
That is really, really good. And they made like another one, which is something Bly Manor.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's on
I've
Netflix.
heard of that. I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, they are really, really good. So we started with that, and then once we ran out of those, we just started watching generic horror films. So I've watched so many horror films now.
Got any
I
favorites?
feel like I'm a bit of horror film connoisseur.
Go on, Harry. What's your favourite?
Some of the Conjuring ones are really, really good.
Yeah, to be fair, when I first watched The Conjuring, like I was scared shitless. So I'm not gonna be lying about.
I'm not as mad on the Annabelle ones, although they are good. I think Conjuring ones.
Annabelle Creation's my favourite. I love that one. The scarecrow, the demon scarecrow in the barn. That whole scene was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, but I think some of the Conjuring ones are probably my favourites.
What's the scariest? Have you ever had one that's kind of like kept you up at night?
Us. It wasn't that scary.
Yeah,
but it was just like the thought of it.
Yeah.
And once you went to bed later on, you're like, oh, that's scary. Have either of you watched it?
I have. Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
good.
of it.
I like it a lot.
If you give me what it's about, I might have.
Well, it's like so it's like his family, and then they go to this cabin because the mom's inherited it from her family, and she used to live near there. So they're going there for the summer, and they're staying there for a while. And the dad keeps going, oh, let's go to where the carnival is and stuff, but she doesn't want to go because it's like some childhood trauma.
Yeah.
And then lots of stuff happens, and then there's like clones of everybody everywhere.
Yeah, the doppelgangers.
Everybody on the planet has like a duplicate.
Is it a Jordan Peele film?
It is, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I've heard of it. Yeah. It's ringing bells.
It's done really well. Yeah.
Yeah, with the scissors.
Yes.
Yeah, we all the scissors, yeah.
The scissors. Yeah, so would you recommend that one?
I would recommend that one. I just
awesome.
recommend all the Conjuring as well.
Yeah, to be fair. Go on, Phil. What's your favourite horror movie?
I haven't really seen that many horror because I start watching a lot of horror movies, then I get bored after the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I see.
The only 2 horror films I've seen recently is I watched the original Insidious, and I also watched something called Sinister.
Oh, they are both.
Yeah,
I enjoy both.
Insidious films are good.
Yeah, is that the one with the red demon that appears behind him? Yeah,
there's some good jump scares in that. The only problem I had with it was like later on when the demon was actually revealed and you could actually get a good look at it. It's so obvious it's just a dude in face paint. Like I get that's what it is, but I feel like they could have done a bit more with like makeup and prosthetics. Like it stops being scary once you pause it and actually have a look at it.
A bit more fantastical.
Yeah, that's my only gripe with it. But other than that, I did enjoy it. It was a good film.
After the first one, the other 3, because there are 4 of them now, they do get better with things like that.
There's 4 Insidious films, isn't there? God.
Because I heard people say
Insidious
that the others
Chapter
weren't as
2.
good, but
No,
they
Insidious
get better?
Chapter 2 is utterly terrible. Insidious Chapter 3 is pretty good. Insidious The Last Key is just don't even consider watching it, please. Just don't.
I didn't think it was that bad, but I
Oh,
do
no.
think 3 is probably my favourite.
What happens in 3? I can't remember.
It's if I'm thinking of the right film, it's when they're in that like a house complex, like the big tall buildings, what they're called.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Apartment building, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then they can hear like stuff in the apartment upstairs. So then she keeps trying to figure out what's going on, and she thinks it's her mom, and then speaks to this woman. And she's like, "That's not your mom." And then it's
Oh,
like,
yeah. Of course,
yeah.
God,
I remember
I
that.
might watch that actually.
No, it's pretty good, but
that's a good
don't.
pitch.
1 and 2 are connected, but I don't think 3 is connected to them, is it? Or is
It's like reoccurring characters,
yeah,
but you don't need to watch any of them to
I might
understand the
skip
other
2 in
ones.
that case
Yeah.
then.
yeah. Oh man, but I mean, for me with horror films, it's like I don't really know what you can class as horror. Have you guys seen Blade?
I haven't, no.
It's like
With Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. It's literally he is a
Yeah.
vampire hunter, and he's like half vampire, half human. But it's literally like some brutal vampire movie, and I don't know if that counts as a horror, but I would. I think that's bloody brilliant.
Yeah,
But
I think that counts.
I
As
think
a
in like
light horror.
comedy horror,
Yeah.
I'd say in like less serious. Like, okay, less. There's different categories. You got horror films, like serious horror films, like the original Halloween. You've got the Conjuring universe, all that kind of thing. They're serious horror movies.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Return of the Living Dead and Blade. Like, I mean, the Return of the Living Dead might be one of my favorite horror movies of all time because it was the first zombie movie to ever introduce the whole eating brains thing.
Yeah.
But it's literally a spin-off mixtape movie of the Night of the Living Dead, and it's utterly brilliant. Like the makeup and everything about it is incredible. It's hilarious. Like it's funny. Like this guy takes this new worker down to the basement where he's like, "Hey, look," because they store dead bodies in the freezer. It's like a massive. I don't know what it's called, but he decided to go and work at this place where the government will then ask that place to give them a dead sample of something to study. So, for example, they've got like mummified cats and everything sitting in there, and they go to the basement where they've got these like human zombie things downstairs in like these military barrels, and they're like, "Oh yeah, these will never break." And he's like, "You sure?" "Yeah, look at this," and he hits it and it explodes, right? And then they slowly turn into zombies, and the zombies just come out. Oh, it's incredible. But anyway, that's great.
Oh God, I
I recommend that.
What's the
I don't know.
scariest film you guys have seen? I think the scariest
Yeah,
one
man.
I've seen. I know there's a lot of people aren't a big fan of this film from what I've seen, like looking at reviews. But I think in terms of the scariest, I was really freaked out by Sinister. That one I saw.
Oh no, Sinister is terrifying. Like seriously, the first time I watched it, I was like, "Nah, there's no way I'm sleeping tonight," and I didn't because I was a little child.
I was
but
literally,
still.
I was looking out my window. I was expecting to see because I've got like bushes kind of, off in the
Phil.
distance,
Oh,
like
God,
in the
no.
film. I was just expecting to see a face in
What
them.
happens in Sinister?
It's
Yeah.
it's the
Go on,
one
Phil, you
where
explain.
that guy's like he's like a true crime writer, and him and his family move into a house where a bunch of people were murdered, like everyone except the child. That's part of the mystery. I won't spoil too much, but basically he's investigating this murder so he can write about it. But then there's photos of like this creepy serial killer, but
No,
the
I don't think
photos
I've
start
seen that.
moving.
Oh, well, let me send a picture of the actual killer. You might have seen
no,
the
you're
killer.
gonna reignite my nightmares, Ruben.
I'm sorry, Phil, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was different as well. It wasn't just there's a ghost and an exorcist and someone's possessed. I thought it was quite creative.
Yeah. Like, it's got Ethan Hawke in it.
Oh no, I have seen the thing for it on Netflix, but I haven't watched it.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Sinister 2, Phil?
I haven't. No, is that any good?
It's good, but it's definitely not as good as the first one. Like, it's different to the first one.
Is it scary?
It is as scary, I'd say, but it's not as bad. Because it's about these videotapes that the child films. So this serial killer, I think
Yeah.
his name's Bagul, I think his name is or something. But
Yeah,
he
spoilers,
basically,
I should say, going from here.
I might spoil it. By the way, I don't know. I can't really tell. So basically, what it is, this killer Bagul, manipulates kids into videoing them killing their entire family, right, with these Super 8 cameras. and these really
I
really
really hope you
creepy
didn't want to
characters.
watch this, Harry, because that is the big reveal at the end of the movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was literally it.
No, it's the climax.
Oh shit! Well, sorry. I watched Sinister 2 before I watched the actual first one. So
Yeah.
sorry,
I'll
Harry.
still watch it anyway.
Anyway, yeah, I might as well carry on now. Really sorry, guys.
It's okay.
But like, there are some really terrifying jump scares. Especially remember the lawnmower bit, Phil.
Oh God, yeah.
When it's just like, oh, this is a normal video. Holy shit, what am I watching? Yeah.
Oh.
No, Harry, I'm gonna have to
Keep me the
rewatch
hell
that
out.
soon. But it is brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I mean,
I
I don't
also
know.
That'll work.
yeah, I
You what,
also I
sorry?
find the kind of idea that it's like he lives inside the photos. That's scary to me because
Or when when he moves and it's like,
what
did
if
he
he's
move?
living inside
Yeah.
the TV? You know what I mean? Even though
Yeah,
it's
dude,
silly,
yeah, dude.
it kind of does make you question that stuff.
When it comes to horror movies, for me, the most scariest one that I've seen. I mean, scary. The one that really got me
Yeah.
was probably the first Annabelle movie, actually. Purely for that scene where she goes down into the cellar of the apartment building and everything's dark, and then the lift, every time she goes, oh, that's creepy, I'm going back upstairs, and every time she pressed the lift, like, it opens and it's on the same floor and she can't get back up, and then the only way back up, she has to go through the darkness and up the stairwell, and so she eventually runs for it.
Exactly what you mean.
Yeah, she runs for it, and then she hears like these coming up the stairs behind. I know you couldn't hear that because the Discord silenced it, but Audacity would have heard it. Of these like thudding, loud footsteps chasing her up the stairs, and it's pitch black. And then she stops and turns around, and she sees this claw on the banister get like taken back, and then you can see in the darkness this figure as she turns around, and then lightning strikes, and it reveals this demon like on the ceiling staring at her. Oh, bro. I was in the car of all places. I had like a portable DVD player, and I was watching it on a journey, and I just went in the back of the car, and Mum goes, "Oh my god, what?" I was like, "Oh, that was terrifying." She's like, "Oh, you're watching a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm bloody hell.
Oh my God, I have never seen the Annabelle films, but I need to watch. Is it about a doll?
It is, yeah. It's
about.
I
hate dolls.
It's about a demon that possesses a doll. I mean, Annabelle creation is how it happens. Like, yeah.
I think I went and watched Annabelle Comes Home.
Yeah.
With some friends. I went to the cinema. And I remember when that
it,
came out, I was just old enough to go watch it.
Yeah,
I only recently turned old enough to go watch it, so we all went and watched it. And I was never ready. I wasn't ready. I'd never seen a horror film all the way through for my entire life.
Really?
First time going in, I just pooped myself the entire way through.
Horror films in the cinema hit different. Like, I watched It Chapter 2 in the cinema, and that was great. Like, that was
2 gets lots of slack, but
it's better than the first one by far. I think it's better than the first one.
It's just funny. I like the dynamic they all have with each other, and
yeah. It's also really depressing. Like, I mean, if you've ever read the book, which I have read it all the way through, and I absolutely love it. Like, I went through a stage in life where I was just like, oh, Stephen King, yeah, I'll read that. I've only read 2 of his books. Like, seriously. I have a whole shelf to the left of me. I'm just staring at Stephen King titles, and I've literally only read It and Pet Sematary. But yeah. I mean, okay, so coming back to horror films, sorry guys. The most my favorite horror film of all time is either Hereditary. That is brilliant. Like, when I saw the trailers for Hereditary, I thought, nah, that's naff. I'm never watching that. I watched it. Bloody hell, that's amazing. Why didn't I watch that? But then, seriously, for me, it actually might be Onibaba, right? Some 1960s Japanese horror movie. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, bloody, anime fan, but no, seriously, this thing is absolutely incredible. Let me just drop a picture in the chat. Like, I mean, it's just, I absolutely love everything about this movie. God. It's like, it's so good. So it's in like 14th century feudal Japan, right? And they're living in the countryside, and this guy comes back from like fighting. So he's basically just like cowardice his way out of war so he can come back home. And then this daughter lives with her grandma, I think. And grandma then doesn't want her daughter to go over and make a relationship with the man that's just come back, because they've just been loving each other ever since he came back secretly. Yeah. And so she finds, but their job as like they live together, they kill like warriors that come back and steal their stuff and sell their loot for money. And one of these members came with this mask on that I've just dropped in the chat, like this like demon Oni mask, I guess you could call it. And she goes into this well after killing him and takes it off his face to reveal he's got like some horrible spotty, like disgusting face. So she puts it on, and then she goes and scares her daughter in the forest. In the woods, not woods. I don't even know what it's called. Literally just the cornfield, the field. So I've just dropped it in the chat again. And she scares her daughter away, and then she runs home and sleeps and goes, "What happened? You all right?" But then eventually, towards the end of the film, this is basically, I'm just gonna tell you everything about it because I absolutely love it. But towards the end of the film, like, she reveals that the mask, the guy that wore that mask, clearly had some sort of disease, right?
Oh, and it spreads to her because she's wearing the mask.
Now spread to her face, and she can't take it off because it's stuck to her face.
Oh god!
And then it's a very good psychological horror movie. I absolutely love it. But yeah,
I like the idea of that. Yeah.
It is. It's great. But I watched it because I watched a BFI review on it, and everyone was saying how the guy that directed The Exorcist said it was the scariest movie he'd ever seen in his life. So I thought, I'd give it a watch, and I did. It's very good.
I do think one horror film, it wasn't very scary, but it was good. I did enjoy it. Was In the Tall Grass. It's on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Netflix original.
No, I absolutely hated it.
You hated it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. If you get what I mean?
Yeah. It's Stephen King. What's it? A Stephen King like novella that's been turned into
all right,
something like a short film. Like, I mean, Stephen King. Literally everyone's bloody what's it called? Adapted a Stephen King novel at some point.
But I liked it because it was like time loops and stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing. It's a good story, but I don't like it. If that makes sense.
It's got the dude who plays Ed Warren in all the.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's the only reason I watched it.
Mm.
Yeah, same. I saw him. Went, oh, isn't it? And I put it on.
So what's it kind of about?
It's like it's this girl and she's trying to like leave her boyfriend or something, and then she's driving to this through this one state into another state, and then she gets to like, I think she hears a noise or something. She thinks, oh, she's driving with her brother. Her and her brother in the car, and then he hears a noise. Hears a little boy asking for help. So they pull over next to this church in the middle of this cornfield. There's a road going through it, which is like really tall grass, and then they're talking, and then she sees something in there, thinks it's the little boy, and goes in to help him. So then the brother follows, and then they just can't find their way out. And then it has this other family, they're meeting there. But then later on, it shows you them turning up and them going to help because they can also, because the dog runs in, because it can hear the woman from the beginning's voice.
Oh, yeah.
They go in, and then the girl from the beginning's ex-boyfriend comes looking for her because she's been gone for like months. He goes in. And then you see him going in, and then you see that family coming in. So it's like it's all in a big circle.
That actually sounds quite cool.
They can't escape, and then it's all a bit like psycho murdery shit. It's great. I absolutely love it. I mean, no, that's a lie. I don't love it. It's a great story. I love the story, but I don't like the film itself. The film's a bit.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't. It's just the turnaround.
No, sorry. Yeah, yeah. I know what I meant, but it didn't come out very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, I guess we're going to move on from this now. We're going to move very swiftly onto Absolutely Fuming, a classic segment of the podcast. We're going to start with Harry this time, because I think, Harry, you said you had something before the podcast. What's made you absolutely fuming this week?
Oh, it's like nothing. No one else in the world will care, but I care very much. Okay, so I went to the range before we did this because I had to drop something off at a solicitor for my dad. And then I went to the range straight afterwards to get some paint. And while I was there, I thought, the range do Finny sweets.
What sweets?
Finny.
I'll have to have a look on the internet.
They are the best, like licorice-based sweets.
I hate licorice.
They are beautiful. But they do bags of like strawberry pencils, like Haribo does.
Yeah.
20 times better. And they do a little bag of just mixed sweets.
Yeah.
They are the best. And every time I go to the range, I don't have any money on me. Or I'm with my parent or something. I'll see him, I think. Next time, I'll get you. And this time I walked in and thought, I've got my wallet on me. I've got some money to waste. And then I went out to look, and they didn't have any in the mixed bag. I was so angry.
Oh.
They
Oh,
had the strawberry pencils, but it's not the point. The principle is they didn't have the mixed bag.
not the same. Not the same.
It's not the same.
Oh my god, I'm really sorry that happened to you. That sounds awful.
Thank
That
you.
was- that
I
was
think I'm gonna have to get
terrible.
some grief counselling.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad we can kind of be like, sort of, I guess, your mini therapy session for that. Try and help you
Yeah,
process that trauma.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank
What about you, Ruben?
I'm absolutely fuming this week.
Yeah.
Myself. I'm fuming at myself. How about that?
How come, Rubes?
Oh god, it's embarrassing as well because it's all
Oh,
just
go on.
pretty shit. I buy volumes of manga that I don't have or don't need just in
Yeah.
case they go out of stock in the future and I want to read it.
Yeah.
So I have this website and this random manga that I'm getting. I want to get around to reading, as it's like one of the last couple of volumes that have come out brand new in English, and it's like $7.99. So I thought I'm gonna get it. So I'm gonna read the other ones first, just in case. Just in case it goes out of stock, and it has not gone out of stock yet, and it's been like that for like 2 weeks. But it's on my shelf right now, and I'm looking at it, and it's like number 12 out of 18, and I haven't got any of the prior ones, so I'm kind of like, why did I get it? Yeah.
I guess you've got a goal
So
now.
instead of panic buying petrol, you panic buying manga.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I mean, like, I don't want to spend bloody 20 quid on a volume I'll read in like 25 minutes. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I bought bloody Chainsaw Man 4 for like 20 quid, and that was plus postage and stuff. And then literally about 2 weeks later, it came back in stock. A restock happened on this website, and I was like, oh, it's $7.99, and I bought it for 25 quid, and I read it in about an hour.
God.
Anyway.
I feel so sorry for you. I mean, the only thing that could possibly be worse than that is not having the sweets you wanted in the store.
Yeah, that is true.
That's
God
a
damn
close
right.
second. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, Phil, what's made you absolutely fuming?
What about me? You know what? Nothing specific has happened. But one thing, it didn't really annoy me. It confuses me. And
Yeah.
it's people who insist on using a spoon for things that should have a fork.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Elaborate.
saying? Like there'll be
Yeah.
stuff like pasta or like rice and stuff. That's a fork. Is that not a fork? John?
That's a hate crime. That's
Exactly. You can't use a
if we were
spoon.
at war, he'd be killed for a war crime.
Just twirling your spag bol on a spoon. That's not okay.
Okay, no, that's wrong.
It's awful, isn't
That's
it?
crossing the line. The other
It's
stuff
too
may be
far.
forgivable, but spaghetti should not be done with a spoon.
Exactly.
I
It's
get
awful.
rice with a spoon. I get that.
Yeah, it's something that every time I see it, it kind of a little piece of me dies. Like, man, you don't want to be spooning your spaghetti. It's not where it's
Yeah,
at.
no, that is a good point.
Ugh.
What do we eat? Beans with spoon or fork?
Depends what I
Fork.
have with me.
I
But
eat
if the rest of
everything
the
with
meal-
a fork.
Yeah, it's probably a fork.
Yeah.
Spoons aren't allowed. I eat yogurt with a fork.
Okay, too far. Phil eats his cereal with a sieve, so the milk just goes, and he has to.
Actually, that's a shout. That is. Get,
What?
get a spoon with all it. I like cereal, but I'm not a big fan of the milk.
All right.
So like, I only put like a couple of drops of milk in, and then when I just get near the end and it's just like one piece of cereal and lots of milk, I don't like it. So I think I will drill some holes in my spoon, let the milk sieve out.
Yeah, man.
No idea.
Oh,
You
there's so
actually
much.
mentioned that as well.
That's incredible. That's a great idea. There's so many kind of technical advancements that can be made in spoons.
Yeah. The
You know what I mean?
casual crowd merchandise, including the
Spoons.
sieve spoon.
It's just a
Holes
T-shirt with a hole, with a spoon with a hole in it. I think we should do that. Just go on Redbubble and design it.
That is incredible. That's a great idea. I think we should do that. Great
Oh my
experience.
god, my chair is actually out of control right now.
Oh my goodness. Is it all right?
Like you'll be able to hear it when you edit this, Phil. But oh my god,
Fix it with a spoon, man.
no, I guess I have to.
But yeah, that's the that's the one thing that's annoyed me. No spoon in pasta. That's not okay. Right. Where do we go from there?
I know it's not new, and it's not
Sure.
just coming out.
Ooh.
And it's like probably nearly as old as we are. But I've been binge watching Teen Wolf.
Oh god,
I
Oh.
actually love it so much. It's
Never
that
watched
little
it.
bit of just like when I was if I'd watched it when I was like a couple of years younger, it would have been my favorite thing that's ever come out
Yeah.
because it's
Okay.
just it's utter nonsense, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I probably would have loved. I remember I used to. Oh no, this is so embarrassing, man. I used to be like obsessed with wolves when I was younger, like a proper
that
like
weird
furry in the
phase of
making. It was
teenagers that were
terrifying.
like, oh my god, wolves are like the best thing ever.
Yeah,
I know
not
what
to
you
be
mean.
confused with the football club.
Oh, the guy sucks. I don't watch football. I don't even know enough.
Neither, but yeah. So
overall,
what's Teen Wolf about?
Oh, because it like starts off these like there's been a murder, so these two kids go to have a look because the sheriff's department have found like the bottom half of a body.
Oh God,
Like it is a kid show, but there's so much blood and people getting ripped up. It's a proper old fashioned kid show
you love
where it's
that.
I know
like
what you mean.
we don't
Yeah,
actually care that it's for kids, and like as it goes on, the show's made over the course of a couple of years.
yeah,
So like as it goes, it tries to keep the same maturity level as the kids who started it when it came out.
So it
yeah.
grows up with them.
So it like grows up with you. So I'm getting to the point now where like probably made for more like 15-year-olds, and the start was more like 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like they go out look for the other half of the body because the one kid's dad's the sheriff, so he's heard it through his dad talking to somebody.
Yeah.
So we go
Yeah.
have a look for it, and then they get separated. The one kid whose dad's the sheriff finds him, and the other kid gets attacked by a werewolf.
Oof.
Oh.
So he survives, and then he turns into a werewolf, and then he starts
Okay.
realizing he's better at playing sports and
The
lots of
dream.
stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
it just goes from there, and like it's like first season's all about werewolves. Then after that, it just like gets bored of werewolves and starts talking about like everything else. And it's good.
I don't like that.
Oh,
That's
great.
innovative. I might. You know what? If I get bored sometime, I might put that on.
Yeah, good. It does sound
I keep
pretty.
seeing it pop up on Netflix.
Is it on
Because
Netflix?
they're doing like a reunion film next year.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw that and I thought, oh, I'll give the show a watch. And now I'm so excited that film's coming out.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
cool. We're gonna move on now. We're gonna move on to our favorite segment on the podcast.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it
I
is.
do.
Do you want to say it for me?
Welcome everybody to Toilet Talk.
Toilet talk. Have you heard a lot about toilet talk, Harry? Are you experiencing how this goes down?
I do like toilets.
We all like toilets. We love toilets.
Me,
Well,
like my younger self, had the bladder probably about the same size as a grape.
Oh, me. Oh, same. No.
likewise, I still do.
Yeah. No.
Every
Same.
other 5 minutes, I needed the toilet. Fruit shoot used to go straight through me. I was just like a hose.
I was called the human sieve, according to my mum, because I used to drink anything on an empty stomach and it would just go straight through me. Seriously.
Yeah.
So I
You were
used to
like
go
our
to whenever,
spoon design.
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah. So whenever me and my parents used to go somewhere, I'd like go to the toilet, and because I'd go to that many toilets, I started like comparing them to each other.
Mm.
And I started going, man, that has a nice toilet. Oh, that toilet's terrible.
Oh my
Parents would
goodness.
be like, we don't care.
Harry, you are the perfect candidate for the toilet reviewer show.
You are.
Oh,
no, you're the
yeah.
host.
We will talk
I'd
about
love
this
that.
later.
Yeah, definitely give me a call later on.
Right, anyway, what we're going to do actually today is we've got some toilet news. We're going to talk about sometimes the latest developments in toilet technology, sometimes just interesting things that have happened to do with toilets. And today we've got an article here. It's from the Mirror. I'm just going to read it to you. You guys ready for this? Okay, so quoting the article, a woman was shocked to find a massive python curled up inside her toilet bowl, which she'd almost sat on. Laura Tranter, 34, went to use the loo early on Saturday morning when she saw the large snake in the bowl. She was so stunned by the reptile, she ran to tell a friend, who asked if she was drunk. Laura says she called the RSPCA but got a message saying they didn't open until 7 a.m, so she had to improvise and contacted a mate who helped. Now, as someone who is used to seeing large snakes in the toilet bowl, what would you guys do? What would you
What
guys
would I do?
if you saw a snake? Yeah.
Well, I'd go, okay, well, I'm not using the toilet. I'm going to close the lid. I'm going to shut the door, and then just tell everyone I know to go, don't go into that toilet if you can, because there's a snake in there, and we'll wait until the RSPC opens and they can come and deal with it, because I'm telling you, as long as that door's shut, I've got another 2 in the house which I can use, that's fine.
You've got 3?
Yes, my mum's got an ensuite, the main bathroom upstairs, which is outside my room, and there's a downstairs toilet as well. So, yeah, we're sorted.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. What about you, Harry?
If there was a giant snake in my toilet, I'd follow Ruben Spurs 2 steps of close the toilet, close the door. I'd then go outside, siphon petrol out of my dad's car, pour it around the house, and burn the house down. Like,
Bloody hell.
I can never use that toilet ever again, knowing that there could be a snake in it.
I think it adds to the danger, though, doesn't it? Like, sometimes you like a thrill.
Not that kind of thrill. Like, the bathroom is a place of peace and serenity.
No,
Like, it annoys me just when I can hear the cat walking around while I'm trying to use the toilet. So forget having a snake in it.
Like my happy place. No, but it could be like an exciting game. Like, can you finish up before the snake kills you?
How much poo can I release before the snake kills me?
Jesus.
You gotta just do it in little droplets. Put white stew in the places.
That is,
So sorry.
I like that.
What if the snake then thought, well, I'll swim up that hole I can see?
Oh, no!
Ah.
Oh, Harry.
I think it's swam for all these pipes to get into your toilet. What's a bum hole?
Jesus Christ.
Just a pipe to your organs.
See,
I suppose so.
Imagining that now, how would that feel?
Like either the best or the worst experience of your entire life.
Why the hell did we get to that? Oh my god, boys! I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt this.
Oh,
I've just seen on Instagram, Pilgrim's Choice cheese. Right, they're showing you how to make cheesy garlic crumpet slices.
Ooh.
Oh my god, they look immaculate. Anyway, sorry.
That was an excellent
Moving
segue.
on from toilet talk, that was great. I think every week, every time we do a podcast, we should definitely talk about something about toilets. But that is just great. So, talking about articles, I found 2 right, which have intrigued me, and the main one is that 3 actually. So just gonna throw this out there and leave it. Is that Xbox have now done a crossover with SpongeBob? You can get an Xbox Series X designed to look like SpongeBob. Anyway, that's done. So. The Guardian have released a article saying that American schools gave kids laptops during the pandemic for online learning, I take it, and then they spied on them. They used software. More than 80% of surveyed teachers and 77% of surveyed high school students told the CDT that their schools use surveillance software on those devices. And the more reliant students are those electronics, unable to afford supplementary phones or tablets, the more they are subjected to scrutiny. So basically, if you couldn't afford a laptop, so you had one for school gave you one, the amount that you would have been spied on, which is not great.
Oh my god.
What else is being spied on? Like monitoring your Google usage, or like
basically just anything you do.
Like my search history is horrific. Like
it's just constantly looking at videos of snakes going up people's bums.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I Google lots of stuff to do with like the war and things like that, and like making things like electrical tutorials and stuff.
What's I don't even want to know what my recent search history is.
Oh, guys, should we reveal our search history?
I've got Lady Snowblood, Hwang Dong Hyuk, Squid Game box office, VHS 94. I got YouTube, Jujutsu Kaisen, and eBay. There you are. That's my recent.
Does anybody else have anything else to say? Or
not really, no.
No,
anything else you want to talk about?
Anything? I'm scared to say anything.
Oh god. Anyway, I think we might wrap it up for today. I'd love to get you on again, Harry. Yeah, I've really enjoyed today. We've had a lot of interesting topics. Some highlights being spooning past and snakes going up the bum. And I hope you guys at home have enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, it would be hugely appreciated if you could share it with even just one person. It helps out a ton. And if you could leave a rating wherever you are, listening to the podcast. Lots of love, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
thank you very much.
Bye.
next time.
Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.